Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Senores y senores, live! It's time!
It is time, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're enjoying your evening. My name is Chris, and I am your host for the night. I hope you're enjoying the week as well. We are live in the Action Lab, your premier sports entertainment talk show on the internet, and it's not close. We are joining you on a night where we got some NBA playoffs, some NHL playoffs. We got a little bit of everything, and we will be chatting through it all and getting caught up on what we've been missing over the last week or so. So that being said, welcome. Good to have you here. We will be live for, I don't know, we'll see how many topics you guys bring. We're also getting you guys to bring some topics tonight. And we will make sure that you guys have all the things that you want to talk about covered, regardless if it's sports, if it's anything else. We are in the just chatting category for the night, so we will be having some fun with a little bit of everything across the board. So welcome in. How we doing? Welcome into the chat. Diacola in the chat joining us, as well as everyone else who's trickling in for the evening. Rec deciding not to turn on his camera because why would he? You know, there's you know,
because I don't want to blind y'all.
Yeah, so there we go. We have Joe joining us in the chat as well. Then welcome in, guys.
Also, Scotty's banned again.
Is he banned again? Is he
banned?
Okay, all right, fair enough. I mean, that's
well, now you're banned.
That's fair. Pretty standard. pretty standard. Rec is in witness protection.
Yeah, if you saw what I saw in Colorado, you'd be in there too.
There's a lot of witness protection going on around here. But I think Scotty
might need some witness protection.
Yes, we got some Mike Vrabel action. We got the drama and the here. You know what? I've come to conclusion on this. Like, part of me is, it's like a bell curve. You guys know what a bell curve is?
Yep.
A bell curve is like you're not really interested, and then you or something is like not really. It starts out really really slow, then it gets up. I mean, it kind of gets more exciting, then it plateaus, and then it kind of starts going back down a little bit. I'm trying to decide where I'm at on the Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini news. I feel like we're getting new stuff, and normally I would be like, yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes because there's a lot happening with it. There's always something new. The newest stuff to come out as of 5 hours ago or so is revolving around Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini, who rented a boat together back in 2021 while she was pregnant. And Vrabel and Rossini were the only people aboard for their 2 to 3 hour rental. And then Diana gave birth to that child shortly after and named her son Michael. Part of me is like, okay, I get it. Sure. And then part of me is like, kind of who cares? We already know about some of this stuff. Like, what are we? And then part of me is like, who keeps digging this stuff out? Who is putting all of this out here? Someone is working overtime at TMZ to find all these details. They got like signatures. They got all the details of everything happening in these like documents. And I'm like, man, who is still digging all this stuff up? And who's providing it all? Are like the dock marinas out there say like, hey, guess what? Let me add some fuel to the fire here. But part of me is like, all right, I get it. We know that this is a thing. And I typically am like, all right, I'm kind of falling off it a little bit. Unless someone says something about this, I'm kind of like burnt out. It goes against what I have always said. That you should just, if something's happening, you should just say it. Get it off your chest. Tell everyone about it, and then no one gives a shit anymore.
What was that pause there? It's like, yeah, get it off. Just like Rossini did to Vrabel.
Hey, yeah, exactly. I see you've got special host green screen tonight. Yeah, because either Scott's not joining here tonight, or Rec doesn't want to be on camera for the evening. So
I can feel why I don't want to be on camera tonight.
I'm worried.
That's why.
Oh, your head was fine. Blocking the light, you were fine for a second there.
Yeah, but like I don't stay still. I don't stay still for anything. Like it's gonna keep moving around everywhere. Hey, Diacola.
Or get better lighting, Rec. Get better lighting. Upgrade your light.
This isn't where I live, so that's kind of hard to do.
Anyways, back to the whole thing. I mean, part of me is just like, all right, we know what happened, and I want to hold them accountable because they haven't said anything. I say this with like people who do like anybody who does something wrong, anybody who does anything that's an issue. I feel like the faster you confront it, the faster you talk about it, the faster it goes away. They have not said anything about it, and hoping people get bored of it and hoping it just kind of goes away on its own. And I'm kind of the camp that normally I would hold them accountable, but here I'm not. I'm just like, okay, it happened. Who cares? Until statements are made or until something happens, I guess I'm just
until Michael turns out to be Mike's son.
I guess I'm kind of over it. we all know Rick is still hungover from his Colorado trip. I mean, he only had 3 total drinks his entire trip out here, so it's not like he's that hungover.
Yeah,
And we
and made sure to chug water and eat to make sure we get hungover as well.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we have boats out in the middle of the ocean that are spreading hantavirus to everybody, so that's a thing too.
Awesome.
Yeah,
More
yeah.
COVID.
More COVID, more stuff happening with diseases and things. Yeah, that was a crazy thing that keeps developing. Like now, someone in Switzerland is in. I mean, do you guys know about this story? The hantavirus.
Vaguely, yeah.
So there's this hantavirus stuff that's happening. There's a boat that was on like a cruise ship, right? That 3 people died on. And there was like, okay, like what's the deal? What's happening? Like what's going on with this? And this happened, I don't know. This is happening over the course of the last week or so. And now more and more people, they stranded this boat out. People are just on this boat chilling in the middle of the sea because they can't get off. And now they're just stuck. And now we realize that there's like this spreadable hantavirus that's going around that is keeping these people from leaving this ship. And everyone's like, it feels kind of similar to what we had with the COVID stuff. Because I guess it's like a 40% mortality rate if you get it, which is kind of crazy. You know, that's kind of intense, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. That's happening in the world. Trying to not to spread another pandemic in the world. Don't tell Rudy Gobert.
So, yeah. Also, Chris, have you ever played the game Plague Inc?
Plague Inc. No.
Okay, yeah, because there's a bunch of memes about like there's like a little bubble you press to stretch your virus, and they had the little bubble over that specific ship.
So sorry, what was that? Is it it's what?
Look, like usually you start the game, like you click a bubble and it starts spreading the virus immediately in this game. So there's a meme where they had that bubble right over the ship.
Oh yeah, no, it's. I mean, I feel like that's kind of exactly the same. This is a real life version of the game, right? We're just bringing it to life. 10 gallons of water. Missed your surprise announcement Sunday. I'll actually talk about that here in a sec. Also, Rossini Vrabel need to thug life it and admit to everything. I would love that. Just so I could take it off my mind. Not that it's like plaguing my mind that I need to know, but like just come out and say it. Everyone knows. I'm curious how Vrabel's family's going right now. All his whole family.
Well, we don't know what his family is like. Apparently, they hate each other.
The kid, Michael, like questioning his life, and what's real. We got the wife who's like, what's happening? We got Vrabel who's maybe or maybe not gonna do anything about this. I don't know. It's kind of
maybe
crazy.
Gonna resign.
Who knows? Corona was bats. What was this one from? Yeah, rats. I think it's rats. Rats. So the ship actually was a cruise ship that was an exploratory cruise ship that started in where was it? Argentina. And it traveled through the Antarctica and then up through the ocean to different islands. And literally, like, there's only one place where this virus is from, and it's from Argentina. It could only be picked up in Argentina. And sure enough, someone picked it up in Argentina and now is spreading it across the world like a gift. And then now we get to hear about it every single day.
Oh, it's like AIDS. Awesome. The gift that keeps on giving.
Basically. And it just, this one spreads amongst people, which is like what makes it a little bit worse. And it's got a higher death rate. So not great. Someone in Switzerland already got it, I guess. So there's that. So we're on the brink. Because, people don't wash hands. People don't do anything. Like I said, Rudy Gobert, keep him locked up. He's going to be missing some games coming up because they won't let him go near any microphones or anything after what he did to spread coronavirus. But yeah, no, that's the thing going on in the world. Maury Povich retired a couple years ago. No, I heard, isn't Maury Povich coming back with a new show? Isn't he? I thought
No clue.
Maury Povich show. I want to say Maury Povich show is starting back up again. I don't know why I heard that. Oh, it's rebooted. The former talk show host, who recently launched a new podcast, said yes to a startup. Let's see. Oh, it's an ad, so it's nothing crazy. I guess it's. I guess we can't. I don't know what's a lie or not.
Lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Yeah, I don't know what a lie is. And
Wrong
what,
game show.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or wrong drama show, whatever it's called.
Drama show. Or well, it's like a daytime talk show, basically, that we find out who
the father is.
Who the father is. And for all of you Minnesota Wild fans, you know who your father is. It's the Colorado Avalanche. So,
Oh shit!
hey, we're getting spicy tonight.
Another win last night.
Another win last night for the Colorado Avalanche. Avalanche are absolutely cruising. I will say this about the Colorado Avalanche. There are teams where you just know the eyeball test. You just know it looks different. Rick, I don't know if you watched the Colorado Avalanche play hockey yesterday or the day before or the 4 games prior to that.
Well, I watched it with you on stream on Sunday.
Correct. And I remember there's certain things that you just remember or you see and you're just like, it's different. It looks different. I remember when I was a kid seeing John Elway, when he threw the ball, every time he threw the ball, it just felt like it was going to be a completion. He threw with just the poise, the accuracy, and just the confidence that you knew where that ball was going in a good place. And you didn't need to worry about it.
Super Bowl.
Nikola Jokic, every time he touches the ball, you just know something good is going to come out of it more times than not. It's just watching him play basketball is different, right? You just know. Well, talking about the Colorado Avalanche, seeing the level of domination that they've had in the playoffs so far, it just, it's different. This feels different. It looks different. It looks like they're playing a different game than everybody else. And it's hard for me to pick against what they've been doing. The Colorado Avalanche put a 5-2 win in Game 2 against the Minnesota Wild yesterday, and it wasn't close. It wasn't as close as the score indicated. I know that there was at least a couple goals that were pretty, back-to-back over the course of these last couple games. Lots of goals back and forth. I think that was it last night's game where there was a goal within 6 seconds of each other between Minnesota and Colorado, and you're thinking to yourself, wow, this is going to be an insane game with a ton of scoring again. No, just kind of one-sided with that, where the Colorado Avalanche put up all these goals. It just looks different. And I don't know if there's a team. I haven't exactly been keeping tabs on the Carolina Hurricanes because they are undefeated in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct, Rec?
They are. They are.
But to my knowledge, they haven't been as dominant in those wins as I feel the Colorado Avalanche have been dominant in their wins. And I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem that way. They're still playing some good hockey, but it's kind of crazy to me how well and how dominant the Avs look. So I haven't looked at the latest odds for the FanDuel Sportsbook to see where they are on the betting platform on odds to win the Stanley Cup. I'm sure it's overwhelming as a favorite. I'll take a look right now. We'll see. Let's take a look and
While I look at this bracket, I just realized something. Every division's 2 seed lost to the 3 seed in the playoffs.
yeah. 2 seeds losing to 3 seeds. That's fair. I mean,
every game is the 1 versus the 3.
and anything can happen. Right now, the Carolina Hurricanes are even odds with the Colorado Avalanche to win the Stanley Cup. And I mean, sure, if you want to throw some money, I think the better value is probably going to be the Colorado Avalanche in that. If you're going to get even odds with two teams that, I don't know, it's just those two teams look like they're on a collision course for the Stanley Cup. The Colorado Avalanche almost minus 1,000 to get to the next round. They're gonna, I mean, as far as winning this round, it seems pretty straightforward. I will say, if there's a little light at the end of the tunnel for the Minnesota Wild, at least in this portion of the series, you are almost thankful that you get the time off that you get. Because I was looking at the schedule and I was like, I have a neighbor who's a Minnesota fan who might be coming over. He's like, yeah, maybe I'll come over Saturday for the next game. And I'm like, Saturday? What are we talking about Saturday? The game's, why is that? You're wrong. The schedule's not Saturday. Sure enough, there's a big break until Saturday for game 3. That I think that's a benefit to the Minnesota Wild. I think the Colorado Avalanche want to keep playing and keep the momentum rolling. Meanwhile, they have to travel back to Minnesota, and they have this big break for them to get healthier, for them to get settled back in. So I think it could only help Minnesota keep that game closer. I think it will. Over-under for that game is 6.5. Funny enough, the bad beat hit for the last game in the Minnesota-Colorado Avalanche. Guess what the over-under total was in the last game, Rec?
I'm going to say that it was 6.5.
Correct. Guess what the score was before the open netter with 2 seconds left?
Oh, it was 4-2.
Guess with 2 seconds
5-1.
left from across the ice happened with the over-under total. If you had the under thinking, you know what? There's no way they're going to score that many goals. It's going to be a tighter game. I'll take the under 6.5. And you felt good about that until 2 seconds left in regulation in the third period when a cross the ice shot gets launched straight into the net to just destroy all the bettors who had the under. So, sorry, you lose. Kind of crazy. What's up, Orioles? Rip John Sterling. Rip John Sterling. Yeah.
Your longtime Yankees radio announcer.
Yeah, man. I feel like, are we losing a lot of radio announcers? I feel like all the old ones are kind of starting to get up there. John Sterling, Rip, tribute. I think for him out there in the sports world. The Yankees win. He has the famous calls that are pretty iconic.
Yeah.
So shout out, Captain. They do look scary good. Yeah, I just don't know if there's a team that can match up. I mean, they're four lines deep, and there's the goalies are. I mean, Wedgwood's playing out of his mind. It's pretty impressive to see how they've been playing just all around really solid hockey. So there's that. And also, we have and I was going to place a bet on this game, and I ran out of time, and I didn't place a bet on it. But we have the Minnesota Timberwolves and the San Antonio Spurs currently playing.
Look who decided to show his face.
Currently playing right now.
Where am I? Where is this?
Did you stumble across and get lost in the stream? Is that where we're at?
I think so.
What's up, Scotty? How are we doing?
How we doing, everybody? Sorry. It's been a while. It's
been a minute. It's been a minute. I was gone, and you had some stuff going on, and it's just been all over the place. But we're here.
was for the best. I wasn't home in time for Sunday, which I thought I would be, but then it was best I wasn't on because I was way too intoxicated to do that stream.
Yeah, you got a buddy in town, don't you?
I did. Yeah. One of my college buddies, he comes like once a year, so hanging out with him and of course Monders. So like, yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
Things got out of hand, you know.
Yeah. You mix Monder with anything, and especially a night out. I mean, it's gonna get spicy. That's for sure.
Spicy.
Also, I just noticed, but nice hoodie, Chris. Where'd you get it from?
Yeah, pretty.
Hold on. This is an interesting question because I haven't seen my wife in a while. Where did you get that from?
Where did I get it from?
Yeah.
It was a little gift from a certain friend that we know and love in the background.
Wait. Hold on. So, okay.
Did you did your children give you what you were?
My wife, no, this has been sitting out like a hoodie and like some Memphis seasoning and like a hat. And I'm like, I thought it was a gift to Rachel, but I haven't seen Rachel basically at all. And it was open and out. So I was like, somebody gifted Rachel this. I had no, wait, is this for me? Do I have something?
That is Rex's gift to you for.
Oh, Rex.
Yeah, he got us some gear. He got us a Memphis Redbird hoodie, a Memphis Grizzlies hat, and some Memphis seasoning.
Well, thank you, Rex. I'm sorry I didn't know it was from you. I literally
It's
have not
okay.
seen my wife. And so she opened it up and it was like out on the counter. And I assumed it was from someone in like work from her, to be honest.
And then you saw me in it, and you were like, "Wait a minute! Wait, how did Chris get one of those?"
No, I didn't even notice until Rex said that. And I was like, wait a minute.
Hold
Yeah,
up.
I usually don't pay attention to things. I just look down at the on the Twitch stream. It's like, wait a minute, I know that
Well,
shirt.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Rex.
Yeah, hooking it up.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I would have gotten you some barbecue sauce because I know you all like that more, but I couldn't get that on the plane.
No, all good. We appreciate it. I didn't expect anything. So
I didn't either.
Thank
And then
you,
he
sir.
showed up with parting gifts, and I was like, "All right, cool. All right." So yeah, we were just getting caught up. I was talking about the domination of our Colorado Avalanche and how it just looks different. I was like, there's certain times when you look at a team, or you just know the eyeball test looks different, and not a single one of these games I've been like, yeah, I'm worried about this. I'm worried about this game. I'm worried about this team. It looks so dominating that I'm just like, this looks different. They look too good.
Yeah, listen, like, I'm not nervous like I was with the Nuggets. Every game I went in with the Nuggets nervous, like, oh, they could easily lose this game. The Avs, I don't feel that way. I always come in, like, confident, like, yeah, they'll take care of business. So far, they have. I think going into the series, everyone was like, well, oh, the Wild are going to be their toughest test. They have, or maybe the whole playoffs, which might be true. Game one was obviously insane. 9-6, and then game two. It's not to say the Wild aren't going to win a game or two. They might, but like they're not beating the Avs 4 or 5 to take the series. That's just this team's too good. So yeah, I feel great about the Avs, and we owe Minnesota one. I should say.
We do owe Minnesota.
They took down our Nuggets. Now let's take down their Wild and call it even, except for only one of our teams is going to win the NBA title, and that's the Avs.
Yeah.
So, or, I'm sorry, a title, not the NBA title, a title.
Yeah. Because right now the Minnesota Timberwolves are getting kind of rocked right now by the San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs kept it pretty close in game one and missed a last second shot from three to win it. Clanked it, and Minnesota got game one in a game that was kind of strange for both teams. I feel like it was kind of a strange game altogether, but I had a feeling I was going to make some bets on this game, thinking like San Antonio's not going to lose this game, and they still can lose this game. But there's no way.
We've seen teams in the second quarter be up, I don't know, 19 against the Wolves, Chris.
Yeah.
And be down at halftime.
Yeah. It's a little bit, you still kind of are like, yeah, I
The
don't.
Wolves aren't scoring, obviously. 32 is a rough number.
Yeah.
Where do you fall? Usually I'm not of this thinking, but where do you fall on? Do you just want the Spurs to annihilate the Wolves? Or do
Yes.
you want the Wolves to win? You do.
I want the Spurs to
I'm strangely the opposite. This is the one time I'm scared for the Nuggets' future, and I want to feel better about my team. And I want it to be like we just lost to a team that's really damn good. Because otherwise, where do the Nuggets go? The Nuggets
they're cooked.
unless they trade Murray, there's no movement they can make in the offseason to really change this roster a lot. Obviously, you can get it healthier with Aaron Gordon, but like even without Peyton Watson, they can't re-sign Peyton Watson unless they make moves. So was it just Aaron Gordon? I don't know if that makes the difference. Especially because the Wolves were obviously injured quite a bit. I'm just looking to feel better about my Nuggets, but ultimately our two stars just didn't play to remotely their capability in the games.
No.
In that series.
No.
And credit to the Wolves for doing that. Obviously, Gobert and Jaden McDaniels gave, Jokic and Murray fits, but they just miss shots they normally make. And maybe part of that's because they always feel like they're going to get challenged because of the defense. But playoff Jamal was ironically, and this is ironic, Jamal finally made an All-Star game and then proceeded to have the worst playoff series he's ever had in his career.
It wasn't. Yeah. Nobody showed up. It wasn't pretty. We didn't have Scotty. I don't think we haven't talked about the Nuggets, have we? Since because I was out of town.
No, we haven't been. I haven't been on a couple weeks.
I know. Yeah. And so we haven't had a chance to I was talking a lot in the last show about what was wrong with this team. Because this team, there was a lot going on. And there's a culture thing happening. As weird as that sounds, there's a lack of fire, the lack of leadership, a lack of dogs in the locker room. I mean, I've said this a few times on the show, and I was talking about this with some of the chat about how the lack of connection to this, each other. There was the one point in the last game where Clark and Jokic got into that little scuffle. If you remember that.
Yep.
Clark is a nobody. No, I say that with all respect because he's in the NBA and he's somebody, but he's a nobody in the grand scheme of the NBA. No one knows who he is. He doesn't have a reputation. He's a bench player that got some minutes because other people were injured, and no one knows who he is.
No one could name his first name in the chat right now. Yeah.
I couldn't name his first name right now if you asked me. Is it
What's his first name?
Is it Jalen? I don't know. Jalen Clark? Maybe.
It's Denzel.
Maybe. It's probably Denzel.
Could be.
So, and then you have Jokic, who's a world-renowned basketball player, who's one of the best basketball players in the world. And when they got in that scuffle, and he got shoved from behind by Clark, Jokic got shoved from behind, and every single Timberwolves player came and ran to his aid in that scuffle. And one player from the Nuggets ran to Jokic's aid in that situation where Jokic got shoved 3 times, twice in the back from Clark and once in the back from Naz Reid, and not a single one of our team runs over to defend him and get in the faces of some Minnesota Timberwolves. Tim Hardaway Jr. was the only player there that did anything, and he just got here this past year, and he's going to be gone next year. And I was thinking to myself, that tells you everything you need to know about this. I don't know if it's a leadership thing. It's got to be part of a leadership thing with the head coach. I don't think David Adelman is the guy that is going to lead this team to a championship. The way he's just not a guy that's going to get you there. And then I just, between all of the injuries, Christian Brown not showing up. Christian Brown comes out recently and he's like, "Oh, I'm the leader of this team, and I should have been." No, I mean, I get what he's trying to do. He's not the leader of the team. He's not.
Well, if
I'm
he's the
glad you saw
vocal,
that.
if he's the vocal leader of the team, that's a problem.
That's a problem. Like, that's a problem.
Pants Party has a question for you all in the chat.
Hey, it's Party. Can I get your unbiased take on the Nate's hit? Oh, Nate's hit yesterday. Oh, Nathan McKinnon
Nate-
on the Minnesota
he had a
fans.
couple hits.
He had some great hits. I say great Minnesota fans thinking they're dirty. The first hit was fine.
The first hit was completely clean.
Yeah.
Just absolutely wiped that dude out. No question.
The second one, I can see borderline. I know, like, slamming someone into the boards as they're falling is kind of a no-no, but it was like in the swing of that play.
It was borderline, but it wasn't dirty.
Mm-mm.
Like, if you want to call a 2-minute penalty on that, fine. Because there's other, like, hockey's so weird to me because, like, after the play, you can just punch a guy in the face and it doesn't matter, like, whatever. But during the play, like, there's some weird calls. That one still felt like not boarding to me because it was shoulder. He hit him mostly in the shoulder and then he kind of fell into the boards. Where normally for boarding, it has to be back. You see numbers completely and you just put him into the boards. And I don't think it was that. I think the guy was unfortunate because he was kind of falling a little bit already, and Nate did his job. Like, this is playoff hockey. It was not dirty by any stretch of the imagination. If they wanted to give a 2-minute minor on that, I guess they could have, and I've been like, okay. But dirty? No.
Agreed. Yeah, I think it was fine. And then, I mean, then you had the hit. Did you see the hit on the referee? Referee took one.
I saw that.
That was
against the boards. He went into the wild bench there.
Well, there was that too.
You're talking about the hit,
the punch. Yeah. Which
I feel like leading into that, the Wild. I feel like the Wild are outmanned, and like they were trying to their physicality, which was supposed to be better than the Avs, and hasn't played out through 2 games. They like after that play, they were way out of line and like going after Avs players on a nothing. Like
they're trying to.
The Avs kind of retaliated a little bit. And then the ref caught one, and then I think it was what's his name, Boldy?
Yeah,
Boldy.
Yeah.
Flopped on he got a little jab that grazed his face, and then he just fell over as if he got shot. And the refs didn't call anything. So, listen, even if with those calls, the Avs were winning that game. Now, I think Game 3 is going to be huge, like, obviously. But having 3 days off in a series is, like, unheard of in, like, any sport. So it's kind of bizarre that there's literally 3 full days off before they play again on Saturday. That probably should benefit the Wild. They go to home ice. They get some rest, which they didn't have going into the series like the Avs did. So the Avs need to come out firing in Game 3 and like put this series to bed.
You and I are on the same wavelength. I was like, this long break is only benefits the Wild. I mean, it benefits us, the Colorado Avalanche, a little bit, but it benefits the Wild more in the sense that they have time to get home, get settled in, get in a good spot. They have some injuries on their front line. Some of their top guys are kind of banged up. So yeah, I mean, it helps them, which it's fine. I would like to keep the momentum going on these like every other gate day or every 2 days in between on travel days, but it is what it is.
I think the biggest mistake the Wild have made through Game 2 is now their coach has successfully given both their goalies zero confidence moving forward.
Yeah. It's
a benching your starter after Game 1, and yes, he gave up 8 goals because the last one was an empty netter. So he gave up 8 goals. Never a good sign. But to move off him, and then the backup did not play well in game 2.
Dude, the Avalanche.
I would say a couple of those Avs goals were pretty soft. Certainly one of them was very soft. Goal 3 was soft. And should have been stopped by like any normal goalie. So now they're probably going to go back to their starter, but what confidence does he have at this juncture?
Oh, yeah, he's been sitting around thinking about those goals that he gave up in game 1. And not only that, I mean, we got our Avalanche players getting these goalies to vomit on themselves in the middle of the crease out there. And did you see that? One of their goalies just he threw up all over himself and all over the ice in the middle of a game.
2?
Awesome.
In game 2?
It was. I want to say it was game 1. I think it was.
I did not see that.
Yeah, there's a picture. Maybe I'll try to pull it up. It's just he's just like vomiting out of his helmet on the ice.
He was probably like, I just gave up 8 goals. I should probably have an excuse. I'll just say I'm sick and vomit.
Avalanche just strike enough fear in goalies to make them vomit in the middle of games. Getting to the chat here, Nuggets should trade Jokic and may return back to and restart. So there was another report that came out about Nuggets about they're bringing back Adelman, which don't know if I necessarily agree with. I'm not a big fan of that move, but it's fine. Whatever. You didn't lose because of Adelman. I mean, I think there's some big things that Adelman needs to learn and get better at as a coach. We'll see. And then the only other report that came out was the only player, and rightfully so, that is safe on this roster is Nikola Jokic, who's going to be signing a big extension this offseason. I believe he's up for, what is it, a 4-year, 250, 240? 4-year, 240, I think. Anyways, so he's got a big deal coming up. They should bring him back. He's always going to be, you don't trade all-time greats. You don't. And he'll be back. I don't know about anybody else. I honestly, you know what's weird, Scotty, is I almost think that I've been seeing some of the different reports and different people cooking up trades and like different things for the Nuggets as far as Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, I mean Watson, all of them. I've been seeing all these. I'm kind of excited in a weird, strange way. I'm like, I want to make a massive move. I want to make some changes to this roster. We need to get more athletic. We need more defense. Maybe I'm bored of this team. I hate to say that. And I'm not like, I get it, but they're old. They're not athletic, and maybe it's stale, and we just need a fresh perspective, you know?
Here's the problem, and I don't disagree with what you just said at all, but we're wildly unathletic. We might be the most talented basketball players as far as the team in the league, but our athleticism might be the worst in the league. Like, we're not athletic at all. And frankly, that some of that is Jokic, obviously. Like, we don't have anyone in the paint that's stopping people from shooting in the paint. So that affects it some. 100%. But, like, the only thing that's going to get you excited is trading Murray, Chris. And if we trade Murray, I have a hard time believing we're going to be a better team next year.
Like, and I'm not saying I'm just throwing out some names.
No, but if it's anybody else, it's gonna be like moving pieces for like to maybe make a better fit, but it's not gonna be.
It's shuffling
It's just shuffling like
chairs on the deck, right? On the
the only major move we can move is
move.
moving Murray, and I'm not saying we shouldn't, but at the same time, what we get in return, I don't think will make us better at least in next year.
I also think
maybe down the road, but like,
yeah. I also think, you know what, and I said this on my venting stream when you were gone. I was like, I have a feeling that Jokic and Murray, the two-man game has been so dominant for so long, and eventually people figure it out. People just know what's coming. Is it still good? Yeah, but is it like, does it have the same kind of impact that it used to have when they were just dominating with it in the championship years and everything else? Like, I get it. Like, they play off each other. They can read each other and make the right plays, but it's just, I just think, I don't know. It's just
hard to judge, and I don't want to be too emotional because, frankly, that two-man game or any of it, what NBA games come down to is making shots, and Jokic and Murray miss shots that they make 90% of the time constantly in that first round. Like, they were just missing shots that they always make. So I'm like, can we run it back and they can just like make those shots, or are we just screwed and we got to reboot completely? Do we have to go middle ground? Like, I don't know, but Murray and Jokic missed a ton of shots that you don't see them miss often. And that happened a lot in that series.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. It's,
but Murray's, I mean, when you're talking about defense, like especially when Aaron Gordon and Peyton Watson are out, who's our athletic defender? And now it came out that like Christian Brown was hurt. He got hurt in game 1 and was playing hurt the whole time. I mean, he was garbage in the series, don't get me wrong. And like, it's a terrible contract, but like, he was like, who's our defender that's athletic? Like, we really didn't even have one.
Yeah, we had nobody, and we had nobody to. I don't know. What irks me the most is we just got punked in so many different ways in that series. For a team as talented and as good on paper as they are, when someone talks shit to you and then they just like they just take it, like they just, or sometimes you just like, someone punches you and you just like walk away. That's kind of how it felt every time we got in the media. Jaden McDaniels talking shit, didn't do anything about it. Scuffle on the court.
So bizarre to me, because if someone talks shit to me on like a court and I'm like, nobody, I get pissed off and I'm probably gonna play better. But like, you would think NBA players across the board would have that mentality, but it didn't feel like the Nuggets had that mentality at all.
No, it's like they didn't put any of that on the bulletin board material. It's crazy. So I just there's
credit to Jaden McDaniels. He backed his shit up.
He played
shit phenomenal in Game 6. He was great.
He was fantastic. He's making a name. I don't know what kind of name, but he's making a name for himself. Timberwolves are kind of to give you a hate watch on Streak Night. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. On Stream Night, yeah. I got a hate watch here. I'll hate watch and watch San Antonio beat up on him a little bit. I like that. I appreciate that. Here's the one thing that did come out of it. I appreciate that there's a rivalry in sports. I think this is. Hey, thank you, P3, for the bits. I will read that in a second. This is one of the best rivalries we have in all of sports right now, because there's true hatred. What's going to take a hit is we're going to be gone. All these players are going to be gone next year for Denver, and it's going to we're not going to have the same kind of vibe with all the same players. I think some of it'll carry over with Jokic, but like
they own that rivalry right now, Chris.
Yeah. Well, and then afterwards you hear Jaden McDaniels say, "It's not a rivalry. We've beat them every single time. So how is that a rivalry?" And it just makes me that much more fired up. I'm just like, I hate it.
Nuggets got to do something about it.
Yeah.
And I said it in the Discord. Part of me was comforted when they lost, because every game I watched, outside of maybe game 1, and maybe game 5, but like the ones they won, of course, but like I was just pissed off the whole time at how we were playing. I was just annoyed. It was like
Can't
2.5.
confirm.
It was 2.5 hours of just me being like, "What the fuck? This is miserable to watch." I didn't want to watch it. It
Yeah.
made me unhappy. I left way more unhappy than I would have if the Nuggets simply weren't playing.
Agreed.
Even in some of the wins, I was like, eh. Like, I wanted to go to bed in game 5 because we were up like 20 something in the fourth quarter. And I was like, I'd like to go to bed early. This is late,
Yeah.
but I got to make sure. And then all of a sudden it wasn't sure. They cut it to like single digits and I was pissed off. I was just like, what are we doing? Why are we playing around with this? And I didn't have a ton of confidence that we were going to take that series even after the game 5 win, even though they were without 3 of their top 7 players, including
Three of
their
the
best
top
player.
4.
I just
Not top 4, just somehow it's not one of their top 4.
my hope right now for like, and I can't wait. I want the Spurs to win this series against the Minnesota Timberwolves, not out of just spite. I want to see kind of out of spite, like 10%, 15% spite. But the rest of it, I just want to see the Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder in the next round. And I want to see what that series looks like because the Spurs had their way with the Oklahoma City Thunder a lot of times this year. And I would love to see what that series looks like in the playoffs with Victor Wembanyama and Shea going head to head. So can't wait for that. If that
Listen,
were to,
I think the Timberwolves are like arrogant as a team, but at times they play with that arrogance and that fire that like backs it up. So I can respect that. I do hate Chris Finch. I think he's a good coach. I think he's a bitch.
he's a
He complains
he
every
is a
time they
bitch.
lose. He just complains about everything.
He is a bitch.
I hate that guy, but I do think he's a good coach.
Let's see real quick. I didn't get caught up on a couple of the other chats. Do you think
He's
Avenging?
different than Sirianni, who I think is a shitty coach and a shitty human being.
Well, some guys are just punchable faces because they're just arrogant. I think
Well, to be fair, you know who I think has a punchable face, and I put it in Discord, Chris.
I missed it.
Adelman has
Oh,
that his face is so bad.
Adelman. Yeah, he's
I mean, he's a weird looking dude.
and
I have a hard time believing elite athletes can look at that guy and just trust what he's saying because of how weird looking he is. Is that weird to say? Like, he looks like the biggest nerd on the planet. Like, I don't even know how to put it.
he
Like,
looks like Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber. And I just
with almost a downgrade.
with almost I don't know if he's the guy to get a team fired up. I don't know if he's the guy to motivate a team. I mean, 10 Coats in the chat said, I think, where is he? Adelman not using Jaden trash talk to motivate players is insane to me. Agreed. I think like when if I'm in the locker room or if I'm on that, like when they were doing the whole, hey, at practice, the open availability for the media. Hey, what did you think about Jaden McDaniel's comments? And Aaron Gore's like, oh, I don't care about that.
And you notice when Jokic gets mad, the only time Jokic gets mad, it's in the fourth quarter when we're losing. And then at that point, it's too late. It's too late. And then he acts out like it's always in the fourth quarter when we're losing.
No one had his back, even when he did do it. And it like
correct. And the guy who would have his back the most is AG, and he was obviously hurt.
Yeah.
But AG played 36 regular season games this year and 3 postseason games before he got hurt again. Can we count on him? I don't know. Maybe move AG. I don't really want to move AG because I think he's a good fit with this team.
Durability is starting to become an issue. Zebok in the chat, welcome in. Do you think Avengi Malkin will retire as a Penguin or go to a different NHL team? I mean,
How'd you say his first name?
Avengi? I don't know. How do you say it?
Evgeny. It's
Evgeny.
exactly as it's written.
I don't ever
I wasn't
trust
even listening to
NHL
what you
names.
said. Evgeny Malkov?
Malkov.
Evgeny Malkin.
Malkin.
Malkin? Malkin.
I don't
You
trust
know what
any
I-
hockey
you know what
names.
I meant.
I mean, I think he's mentioned he wants to play one more season. I think he's willing to play for other teams, but he wants to be a Penguin.
Holy shit.
So I mean, if they want him back, I guess.
Penguins are kind of at the end of their rope here.
So, anyways,
I don't know. I can't speak to that.
Yeah. What else do we have in the chat?
Ari, since you weren't here last stream, what's your take on the Jaden layup? I thought it was garbage, but at the same time, like, I think the Nuggets overreacted. I think Jokic overreacted to it as well. Like, you don't want him to do that. Don't let him do it. This is the NBA. This isn't like middle school basketball. So, should he have done it? Probably not. But did the Nuggets overreact? I think so.
I mean,
think they did. Like, be fucking better.
yeah.
Don't
no,
let him do that.
Yeah. No, I think, yeah. It's not the first time he's tried doing it. It's not the first time. He's done it before. And you know that's kind of where he's going with it. And
Who was it? It was Conley that said everything. He was like, once I made that pass, I regretted it because I knew what he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
gonna do.
totally.
So even Conley knew, like, we probably shouldn't have done that. But,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It's
Don't
to
put
me,
yourself in that situation. And you know, you had it. Yeah. I didn't have a problem with Jokic running over. I think that's fine. I just didn't love the fact that, again,
but it was like, but again, when Jokic runs over, it's too late.
but
It's always too late.
You know what Jokic was trying, and also, I mean, he's a cerebral. He was also baiting Jaden McDaniels to do something. He didn't. He got it in his face, and he had his hands down. It's not like he put his hands on Jaden. Jaden put his hands on Jokic, and that's what I think Jokic, as a ulterior motive, was trying to get one of their players or their bench players off the bench or something to like swing at him, get a suspension. I mean, I know it's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, you got to do what you got to do, but like it's also kind of weak. But it's
Yeah, I don't love that either. Just be better than the other team.
yeah. But then again, that was another instance. Nobody came over and defended Yoke from our team. It's just there's so much. Let's see what else we got. I think we're gonna move Cam and AG. Jonas and Tim will walk. Bruce will be back. I mean, honestly, Bruce didn't impress me this year. I love Bruce. He didn't impress me at all this year. I thought he was average at best. He's not the same Bruce that we had when they won the title. I think Cam was arguably one of our best players over the course of that series. Cam Johnson got in a rhythm, and I think it's because they started going away from the two-man game and started opening things up a little bit for Cam Johnson to actually get to the rim and have some plays for himself. Like, I liked how Cam played. I would like Cam to come back. I know his contract is maybe not the best, but at the same time, he was trade bait halfway through the season. And I thought when it really mattered, he turned it up more than some of the other players that you expected it from.
I think, unfortunately, it's going to be really hard for the Nuggets to put a roster better than this year's to next year, based off where they're at roster-wise and contractually-wise. It's just going to be really hard. I don't know if they can do it. Even moving pieces, I just don't know that they're going to be better next year than they were this year. And then you run it back, and you probably fail again. Like, unfortunately.
P3 getting hyped about World Cup. Well, thank you for the bits again. World Cup next month. Go Mexico, go USA. A lot of drama in the Mexico national team right now. What's going on in the Mexico national team? Am I missing something?
Yeah,
He put it out
he spoke
there.
about it in the chat. Later on.
Later on. Okay, let me see. Basically, right now, Mexican Soccer League playoffs are happening. Hey!
Did you guys know that playoff hockey games were really, really fun to attend in person?
Oh,
I wouldn't know I'm a Nashville fan.
yeah, Rex out. I've been to some playoff hockey games. They're electric. I even watching on TV, the ball arena is going off right now. But
my wife was there last night.
Man,
She would know.
It's and when the Avs are scoring goal after goal after goal, it's super exciting. Mexican national team right now is going to start calling up players to their training camp. Those players cannot play during the playoffs. One team in particular got special permission for two of the players, and another team found out that they were not happy, so they told their players to report to their respective team's camp. Then coach threatened the players by 8 p.m. Interesting.
Sounds like a mess.
Sounds Sounds like Mexico's not going into the World Cup with.
Did you see the report that like hotels are like panicking because they're like 80% of the hotels are underreporting what they thought they would get based off of being sites for the World Cup? Like, is no one going to the World Cup because the FIFA stupidly outpriced the whole thing?
That might be it. I feel like, I mean, that's kind of what I would think is like, I'm not looking at tickets because I know they're out of control.
There's more to the 8 p.m.
Let's see what else. If they didn't report to the camp, they would be out of the World Cup. Eventually, the first team that asked permission ended up saying fine. So both teams let their main players go to the Mexican national team camp. As a Mexico fan, this is not the attention or drama that we need. That's why I root for USA as well. Okay, yeah. So it's weird stuff.
USA's less drama, but not in good shape either.
So I was speaking of ticket prices and tickets. I was in Fort Lauderdale over the past week, and guess what was down there during my time? It was
a lot of ads.
It was Formula One.
Oh,
was having their race down there. So because we were trying to get our checkout late, and they were like, "No, we can't. There's Formula One's taking up everything over the weekend, so we have to get everyone out normal times." Unfortunately, based off of the demand. Formula One. Do you know the cheapest ticket? I looked up on Ticketmaster while we were down there. Obviously, the main race is on Sunday. We left Saturday, but just take a guess on what the lowest, cheapest ticket for Formula One racing is.
I don't know, like a couple
$500.
300, 350.
The cheapest ticket I found was $780. And that was the bare minimum lowest ticket to just get you in the event. I don't even know where you're standing or sitting or what you're doing. I was looking at some of the average ticket prices. $2,000 to $3,000 is kind of the standard average ticket price for Formula One. It's wild how crazy. I mean, we talk about golf and tennis being a very white collar, like high end snoozy kind of sports. Formula One takes the cake, man. They are it's hard to get into those things, man.
Part of it is they have 24. I just Googled it. 24 races a year. So like, I mean, think of the NFL. That's almost 1 week, right? Like that's a week and a half of the NFL. That's even compared to the World Cup, way less events. Like, so part of it's the amount of events, but yeah, it's like more a status thing than anything. Like, I'm going to a Formula One event, like, because I have money and I can.
I do want to go. I think Austin is one of the cheaper Formula One locations. One of the stops along their tour. I wouldn't mind hitting up there. I think those tickets are around like $400 or $500, maybe. I want to see what all the hype's about. I want to go to one. I don't know if it's not going to happen this year, obviously, but next year, I want to go check out a Formula One race. We'll hit up Austin or the Hard Rock in Fort Lauderdale.
I don't know if I will. I have zero interest.
There's something that's calling me into it, and I said I was going to get into it this year, and I never did. I
don't care.
So anyways, that was just a little side note from my escapades on the beach. Let's see. Joe Quills. In game 1 of the Colorado-Minnesota series, Colorado scored 9 goals. Earlier that night, Montreal had 9 shots on goal for the whole game and eliminated Tampa Bay. Now, I saw that stat. Both teams won.
Let's give it up that Florida's out.
Congratulations.
Florida team will not win the Stanley Cup this year.
Florida team, which again, another path for the Colorado Avalanche. We don't have to worry about a Florida team standing in our way. We just have to worry about.
Can you name the last non-Florida team, or the last time a Florida team didn't make the cup?
Didn't we say
the cup?
Didn't we say this the other previously? I can't remember what it was.
Maybe.
How many years ago was it?
Was it like Boston or something?
Boston was in it.
Was it?
Well, wouldn't that qualify? You said made the cup.
Yeah, like, what was the last matchup without Florida?
Oh, well, Boston and
I mean, 2001.
no,
2001.
2000. That's 25.
Or no,
years
it's
ago.
2021. I mean, 2021. Sorry.
Nope.
On the west side. Damn if I know. Fucking Kings? I made that up.
The Boston Bruins lost in 7
Oh, they lost.
to the state.
Oh,
Yeah.
to the Blues?
Yep.
When did the Blues even win a Stanley?
Can't remember
Cup?
when
I
the
don't
Blues
remember.
were even
2019.
good.
2019, and then the next 6 Stanley Cups had a Florida team in it.
Not this time.
Black market. I'd love to go to a World Cup game, but not at that price. I think they outpriced a ton of these. I think the World Cup is going to be. I think it's going to be in a rough
The last
spot.
thing you want is to look empty. So like, but you've sold a bunch of tickets at a different price. That like, are people going to be pissed off they pay that price, and now other people are getting discounts? You got to weigh all that. So I don't know what they're going to do, but like, yikes.
Yikes. I would love to go to World Cup. I will enjoy the World Cup around Atlanta, and the party outside the stadium should be fun. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff. I don't think, for me, I don't know if the World Cup is going to actually, like, go to a game would be great. I think the atmosphere around the cities, to your point, JT, is going to be very, very fun. For the cities that are hosting those, like all the festivities, watching on the different screens all around the stadium, watching on, just participating. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be good. I haven't been here to say it, but I know I didn't expect at the start of the year my C's to make it deep in the playoffs, but this is still felt so. I was talking about this, Mage, on the last show, how, it's interesting. Scotty, I said this. I was like, it's very interesting how parallel the Celtics and the Nuggets are, right? So Nuggets win their championship, Celtics win their championship the year after. Both teams, veteran teams that everyone thought was going to be good for a while, both get into some cap stuff with the aprons. Now, it hit the Celtics way harder, but still, you have your veterans, you have players that are going to be, getting it, like, you still have that window open. And the way the Nuggets lost was absolutely embarrassing and an absolute disappointment, a complete disaster. Then you look at the Celtics in the same kind of fashion, up 3-1, had no business losing, and they lose to the Philadelphia 76ers in disastrous fashion after what they were expected to do. Nuggets were expected to be there with the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Celtics were supposed to be there with the Knicks, or even I didn't have them there with Detroit, but some people had them with Detroit. But there was expectations there, and they both. The Celtics almost helped me feel better about the Nuggets, because I was like, man, I know we lost disappointing fashion, but that's pretty bad too.
Oh, the Celtics loss was worse for sure.
that helps me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, but I mean, the Celtics saved the Nuggets from being the most embarrassing team in the first round, for sure.
Yeah,
because the Celtics were losing to that 76ers team up 3-1 is inexcusable for the Celtics. But
yeah,
it happened, and it saved us from being the most embarrassing.
Yeah,
story. I think Nick Wright have Celtics Nuggets final? I think he did.
I think he had Celtics Nuggets final, and he had Nuggets losing to the Celtics, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, either
This
way,
is-
whoopsies.
This is why we don't trust Nick Wright.
Yeah, he definitely
Talk
did.
about punchable faces. That dude's up there.
He's got an ugly face.
The
There's no
Ce-
doubt about
Well,
it.
then Jaylen Brown, the stuff with Jaylen Brown saying, like, Embiid's a flopper, and like he's been getting a lot of heat in the media for that. It's like, just win. All you got to do is win a game. That's it. I don't know what you're complaining about. You guys weren't good enough. Celtics have two huge problems. Jaylen Brown is due to extension this summer, which pays him $70 million. And will Tatum ever be the same going forward? Tatum, there was a weird thing with Tatum after that. So, and I don't know if this needs to be, I think I saw like there was a conspiracy kind of how the Celtics were managing the Tatum injury, because the timeline of the fact that like they were kind of like hiding his injury and what I can't remember who it was. Let me see if I could find it. Yeah, this right here. Jason Tatum for that injury in Game 7. And maybe it's something. It feels fishy. Tatum suffered a left leg injury in Game 6. Tweeted it nearly immediately, and then after the game, Tatum said he was good. Planned on playing Game 7, so he was fine. Then noon the next day on Friday before the game, Joe Mazzulla confirmed Tatum would play in Game 7. 4:30 p.m. confirmed no players were on the injury report. As of Friday, the day before the Game 7, Jason avoided all injury and should be good to go. Correct, based off of everything that we've said so far. Then on Saturday at 1:30 p.m., he pops up on the injury report with left knee stiffness and his list is questionable. Not doubtful. Not out, just questionable. And then at 5:41, Shams tweets out that he's out. What happened in that 24-hour period where he was fine, ready to play, no indications? Like, did the Celtics know Tatum wouldn't play? Did they know he was good? Like the misinformation or the information that they were giving out, I don't know. It feels...
I think it was all gamesmanship. They knew he wasn't going to play, but why let the other team know? So, like, put out there that he's going to play. And I feel like in the NFL, they're more strict about this, but, like, in the NBA, they're kind of like, whatever. I mean, listen, it just came out that Christian Brown injured himself quite a bit in Game 1, and he was never on the injury report for the whole series. Like, I think NBA teams just
play around with it.
Yeah. But it sounds like even more so than the Nuggets, then the Celtics are not going to run it back, and it sounds like Jaylen Brown could easily be on the move. Maybe like a Jaylen for Giannis swap. I could see that.
Can you imagine? Like, and maybe that's
like,
kind of
not 1-to-1, but like Jaylen for Giannis in some fashion.
That's kind of what I'm hoping for the Nuggets. I want the Nuggets to do something like crazy. I want them to like go out and figure out a way to make the contracts work, make the deal work, and get like a Jaylen Brown or get like a big time all-star superstar player. I've seen like Kevin Durant a lot. I'm like, no, I don't want Kevin Durant. He's not a leader. He's not going to win you no. I don't want Durant. He's never been in a good spot outside of 1 year with 1 or 2 years with the Golden State Warriors, and even that melted.
Terrible fit with Jokic.
But like I just like a Jimmy Butler or a Jaylen Brown or I don't like putting some new fresh pieces that are superstar caliber pieces next to Jokic. I mean, I'm naming guys that are kind of two-way superstar players that can play defense too. I don't know. I just want something like that. I don't know. I see some Giannis out there. I'm like, no, there's no way. But Giannis and Jokic side by side to each other. I mean, think about that though. Someone in the paint defending behind Jokic and being I mean, I don't know. I'm open to anything. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting offseason. I'm going to be more glued to the offseason this year than I have been in other years, but we'll see. What else do we have in the chat? Brown and Cam would look great in the Celtics uniform. Send a star. There you go, Cuban. What's up, Cuban? Good to see you.
Christian Brown's untradeable, unfortunately, with that contract. there's zero chance we can trade him for any good player of any stretch. It would be, yeah, no. Christian Brown is going to be a Nugget next year, whether you like it or not. And you probably don't like it. And I don't blame you, but
Like,
that contract is unmovable.
I might be in the minority, maybe because it was such a bad taste in our mouths from what we saw in that last series with Christian. And yeah, of course, if he's hurt, he's hurt. I get it. Why is he out there? He had a decent season this year. I mean, he played in the regular season. He had his stretches where he was playing some good basketball. Last year and this year, he was kind of like on the upswing. It's not like that goes away. And I think he needs to develop some more. I think there was some glaring issues with his style of play because he's great on the run, but he was good in hitting threes in the regular season. That disappeared. But finding other ways to score in the mid range and I don't know, I'm not selling all my Christian Brown stock. I think there's still, for the amount of money we're paying him, he's not worth it. But we're stuck with him. I'm not as low on him as maybe some other people
Basically making the same as like Jaden McDaniels. And that wasn't close in that series.
Yeah.
It wasn't close.
Leonard drama. He might be a big mover soon. I mean, Kawhi Leonard. Can you imagine Kawhi? Ooh, Kawhi. I could get on board with Kawhi. I know he's not the most... you can't depend on him all year. But, man,
I'd be more on board with Kawhi than the other names you listed. And he might be more realistic because they're just trying to move off his contract and, like, reboot in LA kind of thing. But,
like... I mean, I'm names that I'm thinking like Drew Holiday. Like I would kick the tires on a Drew Holiday. I would kick the tires.
Maybe a John Morant.
No, never John Morant. Jokic needs shooters.
Allowed back in the state, I believe.
Jokic needs shooters around him. Giannis can't shoot. You know what we need is we need perimeter defenders, point of attack defenders, so that guys can't get downhill against Jokic in the paint. Be able to play defense on the perimeter. Like, that's it. Some length. Jaden McDaniels length. I mean, we saw whatchamacallit go to Atlanta. Alexander, what's his name? Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Like, we saw him have a great year. Like, those are the kind of players we need to have. Dogs that can play defense in the perimeter and be able to make those things happen. And we just haven't been able to find those guys. Let's see. What else do we have? Jokic, yeah. Brown had injury plagued season and it was never himself on the court. Still a team leader. I still think like if he's your
you're gonna be a team leader, and listen, he's a Jayhawk, so I want to cheer for him, but like he's gotta be way better. He's gotta be way better.
Yeah.
I mean, there were clips of him getting passes where he could have had a layup and he just backed off.
Oh, I saw like that's haunting me. I saw that in real time and I was like, what are you doing? Like,
and he can't create a shot on his own.
No.
At all. He's a spot up guy that's not good enough to be a spot up guy, and he's not the defender, or at least this year, that everyone thought he could and should be. So I don't know. The Nuggets are in a bad spot. I'm going to be honest.
How much of that is coaching, though? I think a big percentage is coaching. I think a decent percentage. I would say what? I would say 25% of the pie should be dedicated to coaching and making adjustments, getting the right messages to your team when you hear things in the media, when you have these things to. I mean, I don't think Adelman.
The coach isn't changing, so
no,
it's kind of irrelevant. He's coming back.
So that's another aspect of it.
So the Nuggets front office didn't put it on coaching. They put it on their roster that they developed themselves, or they're just blaming it on injuries. but the other team was more injured than us, so I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's post-mortem. We have a lot to look forward to in the off season to see what the hell they're gonna do to make a splash, because I think they're gonna make some major changes. I think that they're gonna have to. You can't bring this back. You can't bring it back. Other stuff in the news. I already talked a little bit about Diana Rossini and Vrabel. You still locked in? Back in the news?
Yeah, they're back in the news for a boat ride or something.
Going on a boat together. Going on a boat. Back in 2021. I was saying, how do they pull these documents? Who's going to the boat dock and and like pulling these records?
I kind of don't care about that anymore. But a lot of people do, so
you and I are both on the same page. I said that earlier in the stream.
This is people that cheated on their husband and wives, which happens
all the time,
way too much, and they just got caught. And should she ever have a job again? Probably not. Should he? I think it's different when you're a media person and you're sleeping with people for. It's just different as a media person, and I would say the same thing if it was a guy that was a media guy to a girl. It's not like a race, like gender thing. It's just the reality of the situation. What she did, unfortunately, was worse than what even he did. Both were terrible, obviously, but she can't work in media again. How? I don't know how she can.
No. I think she's in a bad place. She's gonna need to find a new gig. Maybe maybe she'll just latch on to someone else and just live a happy life with someone else. Who knows? Yeah.
Really, what I want at this point is just a Mari episode to prove whether the kids are his or not.
Yeah.
Lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Like is the son named Michael actually Mike's? That's what I would like to know. That's the only thing I care about. That would be juicy.
That would reopen everything. Because how old is this kid now? How old is Michael?
3, 4, I don't know.
So probably like 4 or 5, because I think this boat ride happened 2021.
Let's see. Mike Vrabel is
Which is probably the third most scandalous boat trip involving the NFL in this century.
He's 4.
4. Got it. Okay. 4. So
About to be 5. Or no. No, he'll turn 5 in August.
yeah, JT, it doesn't help. It doesn't help with the name. It just adds to the fuel of the fire. Speaking of sports media and are we interested or not? Did you hear what's going down on Friday on First Take?
Oh God.
Is this a permanent thing or just a one-time
It's a one-time thing, and they're hyping it. Skip Bayless is joining First Take to hang out with Stephen A. Smith for a reunion. They've been hyping it up. They've been putting together hype videos of them arguing, also like saying like, hey, like I got my start. We're brothers, but brothers fight, and we're going to go at it about all sorts of different topics. I have a lot to get off my chest. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit more hyped than I thought I would be for it. Now I'm not gonna be able to watch it live, but I'll catch up on some of the social media aspects of some of the clips and everything. But kind of curious what it ends up turning into. We'll see. But
I care way more about the Rossini stuff than anything Skip Bayless has to say.
Well, the Rossini stuff is kind of just, I don't know. I'm with Scotty. I've done the bell curve thing where I wasn't interested, then I was super interested, and now it's coming back down to me not being interested anymore. It's just like, who cares?
Piglet, that's a better answer.
What's going on Friday? Happy birthday, Piglet. Happy birthday on Friday.
Happy
There we go. I love that.
21st birthday.
There we
I don't know how old
go.
You are Piglet, but let's go with 21.
Yeah, I don't know. I might give. I might be a little bit interested in what's going on Friday, but I mean, I'm not like, again, carving out time of my day to go check it out. So that's happening. We talked about, I know we're kind of all over the map today with different things. We got the Spurs up by 1 million right now, 85-55 on the Timberwolves. Who's
Piglet? Rec will be here, so that's a bummer. No, I'm just kidding. 53. Congrats on getting to 53.
there? You go.
Because Chris, you're
You're-
13 years past what Chris thinks people live to.
You're
so-
basically dead.
I'm a man. I'm
Once you,
I have a question because Rec, you and Piglet are friends. You are what, like 20? What are you again? Like 27? I
Six.
don't know. 6. And she's 50. How did you two become friends?
Just hanging out in a Jukes Discord, actually.
Okay.
It was people from all different ages there.
Fair enough. I was just
And
curious.
there's a big group of us that really clicked together.
Okay. Fair enough. I was just,
I feel dead
that's,
sometimes.
You're alive and well, Piglet. Alive and well.
Let's see. After what Skip said, he's not deserving. Skip will spend 1 hour bashing LeBron after Lakers lose by 30 tomorrow. I mean, that's one thing you love, right? Someone bashing LeBron.
I don't hate it.
There's-
Stephen A won't. I don't think they'll talk about that much because they want to
Could-
argue.
they both-
Stephen A's not going to take LeBron's side.
They
so.
both hate. I think they both hate LeBron, don't they? Stephen A definitely ain't on LeBron's side. But yeah, so there's that happening. Otherwise, what else is happening? I think we got about 20 minutes left, and we'll wrap up the show. So guys, bring your
We had the
topics.
draft lottery. May or may not be rigged again.
we have the NBA draft stuff that actually
I mean, and NHL, but yeah.
and NHL. Well, tell us about the NHL.
The Maple Leafs got the #1 pick. I know that.
Yeah, fill people in.
Maple
Right?
Leafs, in a very stacked draft, they get the #1 overall pick. They will land potential generational talent Gavin McKenna. And that would take away from the fact that they made a horrible hire at general manager just like a week ago.
Yeah, who's the guy that's on like Barstool and also does like post game stuff? And he's like a Maple Leaf fan through and through, and he's like, I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
done. He's on Spittin' Chicklets. I can't think of his name. He's really mad about the GM thing.
Yeah, so they hired John Chayka, who was last the general manager of the Arizona Coyotes.
Why wouldn't you hire that guy? I mean, the Coyotes were such a good franchise that they had to move. They had to leave the state after being like one of the youngest franchises in the sport.
Yeah.
But yeah, draft stuff for NBA came out. Sky, I don't know if you saw this or chat. If you heard about the draft lottery proposal for what they are.
I did
That's
see
not-
that.
That's
Yeah.
not happening, obviously, this year, but it sounds like it will.
It-
It's not even a proposal; it's happening.
It sounds like it will be happening. Yeah. So it's a 3-2-1 lottery proposal named to represent the number of lottery balls per team. Would expand the lottery from 14 to 16 teams. Teams that do not qualify for the playoffs or the play-in tournament but stay out of the relegation zone, spots 4 through 10, would receive 3 lottery balls each. So 3 lottery balls each. Teams with the bottom 3 record in the relegation zone would have just 2 lottery balls, but have a floor of the 12th pick, while the rest of the 13 lottery teams could fall as far as the 16th pick. So if you have a bottom 3 record, you do get less lottery balls. So you want, in the grand scheme of things, to be a little bit, get your an extra ball in there that'll obviously help you out to get a better selection. The 9th and 10th play-in seeds in each conference receive 2 lottery balls each, while the losers of the 7-8 play-in games receive the 1 lottery ball each. In addition, no team would be able to win the top pick in consecutive years or be able to win 3 consecutive top 5 picks. teams also would not be able to protect picks in the 12 to 15 slots going forward. Lot there to unpack. Scotty, does this fix the NBA lottery?
I don't love it from a competitive vantage point, but also they had to fix like people just jumping ship on the season and purposely losing games, so they had to do something. It's fine, I guess, but I still don't love it. Like, I don't know. I wish teams had more integrity and just played the game, but that's not the reality, unfortunately. So it is what it is.
Mark Cuban came out. He had some opinions on it. He was like, the number of trades that are going to start happening are going to start popping off with kind of some of this, because it's like, trying to.
Speaking of, that's the biggest issue with the NBA. Can they fix their trade models in the draft? It's so damn dumb. And the NFL's figured it out because they announced the trade before the pick. The NBA picks players and then the trade's announced after, so you never know what player ends up with what team half the time. You're like, oh, we drafted this guy.
I don't get that.
And
like, what's
2
the
hours
point of
later,
that?
it's like, oh, never mind. We don't have that guy, and we never actually had that guy. There was a trade agreed to before the freaking pick. Just announce the trade before. Why? What are we doing, NBA? What are we doing? It's so incredibly dumb.
Yeah, it's the NBA has
That would be a better fix than anything they do to tanking a season. Just fix the draft. Because half the players are drafted by a team that they don't even end up playing on. And it's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of different layers to these, to how they're changing this draft. I mean, I think the willingness to trade good players is going to ramp up a little bit. It's like, you want my best player? We're not going anywhere this season. Give me that. Give me some first rounders, or give me some. Cap room at the deadline. I think that there's going to be some more trades around that, where teams headed into the second apron are going to need saving. All right, I'll take a first round pick from you. Hey, here, let's make some moves. Like what I think first round picks, I think those are going to go up in value in a lot of different ways. There's just going to be, it's going to be an interesting how this ends up playing out. But NBA lottery is always rigged anyways. Why can't we see the drawings instead of it being done backstage with so-called media? Well, I mean, if
it was wasn't the NHL lottery in front of people, and people still think it's rigged because it was the Maple Leafs. Like,
people will always think it's rigged.
They're gonna think it's rigged. Listen, I'm a conspiracy theorist guy, but that's not one I can jump on board with. There's no advantage, and if anyone got a sniff that was on a team that thought it was rigged, like, it would be a disaster. There's no chance, even though it's weird at times, who wins, that the lottery in the NBA is fixed.
Like
It's
Dallas.
Well, I mean, in Tancoats is a little tongue-in-cheek comment here. Why would you say it's rigged? The time the Pelicans got the number one pick after trading AD to the Lakers, or the time the Mavs got the number one pick for trading Luka to the Lakers?
It's true, but like, do you think other teams would, if they got any sniff of knowledge that this was true, like, it would get leaked for sure at some point. Someone would leak it, and it would be a disaster for the league. So it's not worth the risk just to give it to these teams that, like, and again, like New Orleans getting the number one pick after they lost Anthony Davis. Like, New Orleans isn't exactly a big market. Because half the time they were like, it's a big market that won it. Like, I don't know.
I mean,
it's not rigged. It's just not. There's too much risk versus reward for leagues to actually do that.
Or the Cavs getting number one with LeBron coming out, or Cavs getting number one to get Kyrie after LeBron left. I mean, again, that's a smaller market. Cleveland, if it wasn't for LeBron, Cleveland wouldn't be on the map.
Cleveland was tied for the best odds to get the number one pick in that draft. So with our Nuggets, who ended up with the number 3 pick.
With they selected Carmelo because Darko went to Detroit. How did Darko pan out?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Who would
So
want Darko when the next three were literally Mello, Wade, and Bosch, and I think it was Mello, Bosch, Wade.
yeah, it was a little bit of a choke there by Detroit. So anyways, the new stuff with that going around. We'll see what that ends up doing. But yeah, so we got some of that news. We got what
I mean,
else?
I'm a guy that should think it's rigged. I don't think the Nuggets have ever had the number one pick. In fact, I'm almost certain they haven't.
No, they
Never had the number one pick in the draft. And they were bad for a lot of years.
They were. Yeah, the Nuggets. I think the Broncos have never had one either. I don't think the Broncos have had one. I don't think the Nuggets have had one.
Obviously, the Broncos isn't a lottery, or the NFL's not a lottery, but that could be true.
No, I don't think the Broncos have ever had a number one overall pick. I don't think the Nuggets have. Have the Avalanche?
McKinnon was a one overall.
I don't know why I thought McKinnon was like a one or maybe a two at the latest.
McKinnon was the number one overall. I'm certain of that.
Oh, you know what? I think what I'm thinking of is the McKinnon. There was another player that was in that draft that everyone was considering the Avalanche taking, and they didn't. They went McKinnon instead, and it was the best move they ever made.
Broncos kind of got a number one pick with Elway, as Cuban pointed out. They traded for the number one pick in the draft.
But they didn't own that. Yeah, they didn't own it as
no.
Oh, McKinnon was Seth Jones was the other player in that draft.
McKinnon was number one overall.
He was number one, but everyone was, I think, thinking that the Seth Jones wasn't Seth. Yeah. It was Seth Jones, right, in that draft.
I know Nashville drafted Seth Jones.
And that checks out. He was garbage.
Yeah. What was that?
Which draft was this again?
2013 NHL draft.
And McKinnon went first overall.
The Avs must have liked McKinnon a lot.
I
saw
Barkov went second. Jones went fourth to the Nashville Predators, and Jonathan Drouin went third to Tampa Bay.
I saw something today. There was a team that had, and I forget what team, supposedly was willing to trade with the Avs for the number 6, 22, and 28 overall pick in the draft in that year, where the Avs had won, and the Avs didn't do it. Best decision.
That would be the Calgary Flames.
Calgary Flames had the 6th pick. They picked Sean
22nd and 28th.
Monahan with their 6th pick. Because I remember defense was a big thing for the Colorado Avalanche in that draft, and people were like, Seth Jones might be the pick there. We need defensemen. He's going to be the best defenseman that's come out in years. And then when they made the Nathan McKinnon pick, people were kind of surprised and be like, oh, Nathan McKinnon's great, but we needed a good defenseman at the time. And
we picked number 1. We needed everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So
seems like it worked out.
Now we have one of the best players in the world. Speaking of number 1 picks, I know someone who has the Cavs Andrew Wiggins jersey. I'm jealous of.
Wiggy. Rock chalk.
Cuban Benny, I wanted Avs to draft Seth Jones, hometown kid, to team up with EJ on defense.
Well, no offense, Cuban. I'm glad you weren't the GM at the time.
Yeah.
By the way, we had a great summit with we got to hang out with Cuban and Medusa out here and watch the Nuggets unfortunately fail together. But hey, you know what? It was a great time. We got to spend a lot of good time together, so that was good too.
That was good.
NBA teams who
I had a few drinks.
You had 3.
We force fed Rec. I tried to find him a drink he would like. He's like, I like milk. I'm like, what about a White Russian? He's like, this is terrible. I'm like, I can't help you anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, all alcohol tastes bad.
There was a clutch points. Denver Nuggets have never selected first overall. Indiana Pacers have not. The Grizzlies have not. The Thunder / Seattle Supersonics. Well, I mean, that could be a thing at some point because they have a million picks, and of course they're going to hit a top pick. The Utah Jazz and the Miami Heat, all teams that have never drafted with the first overall pick. Pretty wild.
We had a good night that night because Cuban's like, we Ubered home, but I still managed to leave my phone in the car while waiting. So
Awesome.
it's a good night.
It's a good night.
Good night.
That's all right. All right. So got a few more minutes left before we sign off here. Obviously, this game is absolute blowout right now. Might as well pull your just pull your starters at this point. You're not going to get anywhere tonight for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So that's one game that took place. By the way, the New York Knicks ended up winning their game against Philadelphia 108-102. Again, Embiid didn't play, of course.
Big surprise.
He had such a great everyone talk about his comeback and the fact that he led past the Celtics, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Yep, scratch game one." Man,
Yeah, I mean,
it's wild to me.
expected.
Um,
Yeah, I think the Knicks are gonna represent the East.
Knicks up 2-0 on the 76ers as we sit right now. And then this series will be tied 1-1. Our Rockies losing to the New York Mets tonight, 8-4 at the moment. So Rock Show, they've been playing some decent baseball.
Good for them clearing off the snow, you know?
Yeah.
We got a little snowstorm. Not quite what everyone was talking about, but everyone had a snow day with no snow on the roads, so that was good.
Let's see. Other headlines. Bucks. We were talking about trades for the Nuggets and for other big names across the NBA. Bucks co-owner Jimmy Haslam said he wants to have Giannis's future sorted before next month's NBA draft. He's not going to be there long term. Like,
I don't know why they would. They're not going to win anything, so might as well move that asset while you can.
so
Get something back.
that's on the table coming up here before the NBA draft. Love that. What else do we have?
Joe Quill's put out there Golden Tempo, who won the
Kentucky Derby. Yep.
will be skipping the Preakness.
This is what's
Like-
wrong with the fucking horse racing. You know what I'm saying? I'm so sick of this bullshit. I like horse racing. Sorry, I'm like, when did they announce that, Joe? Because like I was
Today.
unreal. You know, this is why horse racing is dead to most people, because you can't even get excited about a Triple Crown winner anymore because they don't exist. They don't exist. And they never will because they don't race in every single race. Just blow it up.
And I saw the other side where it's like, well, you got to take care of the horse and do what's right for the horse. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't know the horse racing world at all. I don't pretend to. But like, the dude went 1.5 miles and he can't race several weeks later. Why not? Why can't he? Unless you just think he's gonna lose, so you're like, oh, it's better to just not put him in it. But like, why can't he race?
Like, the mystique around horse racing is dead, and you're killing it because no one looks forward to the Preakness now. No one looks forward to the Belmont anymore because it's like, what are we racing for? What's the point? Sorry, I didn't know I was going to go on a rant about horse racing at the end of the show tonight. But here's where we're at. I do like horse racing, and I do bet on the Kentucky Derby. It's one of my favorite weekends of the year, and I shout out to the first woman trainer to ever win with Golden Tempo. That was awesome. A lot of great storylines, and then you just kill them when you don't have another race in the next round. And it's just like, They said part of it is shorter distance, and this year they're only going to be 5,000 in attendance at Laurel Park. Who gives a shit?
I will say the Preakness, according to the things I read, they just don't care. The Preakness is a really bad event, and they don't care. Like, they got to figure their shit out. But like, to pull a horse because you're like, well, I don't think he'll win is stupid. Like, give him a shot to win. Wouldn't you want a Triple Crown? I don't know. Does that bring down the value if he loses badly at the Preakness? If you want to sell him, like, I don't know what the motive is.
And like horses that have won Triple Crowns, horses that have gone and done like you know how like those loins, those genes that they pass down. You know how much people pay their horses to breed with that horse if they know it's won a Triple Crown as opposed to like a simple Kentucky Derby race?
No, I wouldn't say a simple Kentucky Derby. It's just the most important race of the year.
It is, but it's just like
they're still getting paid.
They're still getting paid, but they could be paid substantially more if they know that horse is good enough to run all 3 races, be durable, be good, be fast, all those things. Let the horse decide if it wants to race. I'm with you, JT. Maybe the horse wants to race.
The horse.
Yeah. Maybe next year the horse I partially own wins the Derby. I'll talk to to do it. By the way, Joe, do you have hookups for the Derby? I want to be out at a Derby one year. I want to go. It's on my bucket list. I saw an article that coming out in 2000, Boston was the place to be if you wanted to be in Titletown, but suggesting the window was closing and the Titletown is packing up shop for elsewhere. Thoughts? I was hoping Colorado would be Titletown for the last couple of years, but that hasn't really exactly been. The Nuggets have fallen short. The Avs.
The name of the game is like parity throughout leagues, so it's hard to have any sort of dynasty, and then you need it over across leagues, so it's tough.
It's hard.
It's tough to beat Titletown, but the Avs will I think they'll take care of business for us and get us a title here in Denver.
I mean, I think the Avs have a great chance this year. I think the Nuggets, I don't know what they're going to do. They're off the radar for a little bit. I don't have the hookups yet for the Derby. Well, when you have them, Joe, let us know. If the Avs don't win it all, Denver is cursed.
I'm going to sound pretentious, but if I go to a Derby, I don't want to be in the, like, what's the middle area?
The middle area, the field.
I'm too old. I'm too old for that.
So they were
I
doing
want to be like in a suite.
They were doing ticket prices for the middle. I think ticket prices for the center were around $140, $150 or something. It wasn't terrible. And then the minute you go up to like the other sections where you can see a little bit better, I think the starting and ending line was around $400 or $500 to stand around there. Anything else higher up in other seats, I think, goes up substantially into like the 900,000 kind of range.
I don't want to be around the people.
Well, there's a lot of celebrities there too. I think Jokic may have gone. I saw a report that he was there. I didn't see pictures though.
See that, but he does love horses.
He does love horses, and it was only a couple days, 2 or 3 days after they got ousted from the playoffs. So he had the time. If he didn't go straight back home to Serbia, I didn't see any pictures though. I normally Jokic, you see pictures, and I didn't see any pictures, so I don't know what those reports, if the reports are true. Does anyone have the hookup to get these playoff games off Amazon Prime? You're not liking the Amazon Prime there, JT. I think Amazon Prime's fine.
I think NBC's been worse because like we missed several games of the Nuggets Wolves series we didn't see till halfway through the first quarter because you can't watch it anymore. At least if it's on like ESPN, they'll be like
ESPN 2.
This game's carried over. We'll put this on ESPN whatever, like, so you can still watch it. But the NBA also got rid of regional coverage of any playoff game based off of finances. So like it's not like I could just tune in locally. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah. What else do we got? Also, F the Cubs ruining my fun for a third straight night.
No
Cubs.
fun for you. I don't even know what they did, but you're not allowed to have fun.
They have had 3 straight walk-off wins.
Oh, good for them.
Who they
For
been playing?
Kentucky, also known as Cincinnati.
Oh, Cincinnati Reds. Also in other news, my boys, the Arsenal Football Club, in control of the 2 major titles at the end of the season. English Premier League and Champions League are both in their control. Let's go.
Doesn't Champions League have like a tournament at the end, or is it just like
It's
a league?
it's kind of like how the in-season tournament for the NBA goes.
But
It's
eventually,
like-
eventually they're gonna have to like win single elimination games.
Correct. Yeah. So they won recently. I think they won yesterday or the day before. So they won yeah, and they're in the driver's seat right now. They're 5 points ahead of Manchester City for the English Premier League standings with 3 games left. So they win all 3, they win. They've done it. So shout out.
Maybe that'll make Kroenke spend a little more money in the Nuggets. My buddy works in construction and is working on both the expansion around where the Nuggets play and the new stadium for the Broncos. And he says the Broncos ownership is worlds more prepared and easier to work with than Nuggets. It's not even close.
Yeah. I think it's
And that's both Walmart money. So but it sounds like, I don't know how involved Kroenke is or not, but I don't know. He's got other things on his mind, I think.
I think he's just too spread across all sorts of things, and I think he just has you get like a snooty vibe from Kroenke. I feel like the Penners feel like inviting, when you see them and they do interviews and they're like, they buy in with the Rockies a little bit and they're just like, they want to spread the love. They just feel warmer and more welcoming. Kroenke seems like that asshole billionaire that you're just like, oh, here we go. Like, I got to hang out in a room with this guy. Like, Kroenke doesn't seem like a great dude.
But correct me if I'm wrong. That's why you cheer for the Arsenal.
True. Yeah.
My man.
That's my guy. That's the only connection I have. So I went with it and
Fair
I've stuck with
Fair
it.
enough.
Yeah. I saw last night there was only 3 AL teams in baseball with a winning record. That is crazy.
That feels like hard to do.
Is that?
That's how it's been all season long. Like the NL Central has more winning teams than the American League.
The AL just sucks?
Yes.
The Yankees are 25-12. Rays 24-12. And
That's
then
it right now, there's only 2 right now.
yeah, that's it. The A's are 18-18. The Cleveland Guardians are 19-19, both leading their divisions. Damn.
That is wild.
Braves 26-12. Cubs 25-12. Cubs 8-game win streak.
And you said the Rockies have been playing good ball, but they're on a 5-game losing streak right now. So
Well, they were on a 5-game losing streak, but I mean, what was that? 14-17. They were 3 games below 500 again for a little bit, and then they just started losing. I mean, they got swept by the Braves, and they're losing.
they have played a lot of the better teams. I mean, they've played the Padres twice, the Dodgers once, the Braves. They played some of the upper echelon teams, so, and the Reds, who were good until they lost 6 in a row now.
Yeah, so Rockies are going to go on, but they're still playing better baseball than they've played in the last 2 years, so that's good.
Oh, for sure.
So there's that.
I love how the Cardinals are as high as they are with a -1 run differential.
Yeah. Good luck continuing that.
Yeah, if we have a bullpen, we could easily win the division.
Well, it seems like that's an important piece.
Yeah, there's like 2 relievers that don't make me shit myself whenever they take the mound.
NL Central stacked. Unfortunately, the Rockies suck, bro. Yeah, the Rockies suck. It's fine. I mean, but we knew that. It's not like it's breaking news here, you know? It's not like we knew they weren't going to be good, but they're better than they have been, so we'll take it.
That's a very low bar.
Well, it's a low bar, but you know what? We own that low bar, you know? They're our shitty team.
Try to not lose 100.
Yeah, that's all.
That'd be
And
your goal.
also, you're losing 10-4 to the Mets.
Hey, you know? It is what it is.
They're terrible, so that's not great, but you know.
Every Mets Rockies series is a win-win for me. You know, like whoever wins, it's cool. It's
It's
fine.
not a win-win. It's a win.
Win-loss, but I come out on top at some point.
You at least get a win, which
I would like it for the be the Rockies, but you know,
Has Francisco Lindor gotten his head out of his ass yet?
no. All right, so I think we're gonna wrap things up here in a second. A raid. It's followers only chat, but you know what? It's fine. We're gonna send you this way. We have a lowly Toronto Maple Leafs fan, and it's his birthday, and he needs everything he can get as a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. So we're gonna raid that Leafs fan 16 for his birthday, and tell him the boys from Action Lab sent you, so that you know he can cheer up about his rough hockey team. Tell him, go Avs, go. How about that? But that's gonna do it for us tonight. We will be back live. Well, I think we're both here Sunday, Scotty. We're back-to-back streams for.
it is Mother's Day, so
It is Mother's Day.
I mean, I'm around. I don't know.
I'm around too, so we'll make it happen. We'll figure it out. But we will be here hanging out with you guys this Sunday. I think there's some game. Maybe we'll do a game watch on one of these games. Maybe we'll do like a watch party up or something. We'll see. But we'll have some fun festivities for you at least on Sunday. Happy Mother's Day for all the mothers out there. All you mothers out there. Shout out.
There's gonna be no basketball games on when you go live.
Will there be hockey games?
Let me check. Which the last basketball game on Sunday is at 5:30 your time. Spurs and Timberwolves.
Okay.
Hockey.
Avs play
Hockey
Saturday.
will be on 7:30 p.m. Knights and Ducks.
All right. Well, we'll figure something out. We'll find something.
Yeah,
Well,
I know
the
I know you're so
consolation prize
excited
and
to
the-
watch Vegas, who's losing 2-0 by the way.
That's great news.
That's great news.
They
Guys.
won game 1, right?
Yeah.
Vegas won game 1.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, Vegas is up 1-0.
So this series maybe
Just have
is
that
going to be
series go,
1-1.
like, 7.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
fine
I'm
with
not
me.
scared of the Knights this year. Not this year.
Just noticed the Memphis sweater, my hometown. Hey, shout out.
But
Shout out.
JT.
Hey, Cuban guys, we loved to meet you. Yeah, it was great to hang out with you
Okay.
guys.
great.
We'll
to
do it
hang out
again.
with you, Cube.
Maybe we all have to get together and watch a Navs game coming up. We have plenty of them ahead, so let's get together and watch a Navs game together. Keep the trend going. But I'm gonna raid out for the Leafs fan 16. Go give him some love. Guys, between now and Sunday, go be a good person. Go live in the moment. We don't do that enough. Put the phone down, enjoy the people and things around you, and then go be a good person.
Appreciate y'all. Good to be back. Deuces, everybody.
Deuces.
Bye, everybody.
Have a great night. And don't get, be safe. Don't get hantavirus out there, okay? No hantavirus.
I was like, I don't think it starts with a C or a K.
Yeah.
Yeah, please don't have another pandemic. Please, 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 please.
Yeah, go contain that shit. Don't mess around with rats in Argentina, please. If you, between now and Sunday. This is why you're single, Rick. Thank you, Chris, for Mother's Day.
What did I do? What did I
uh,
do this time?
you're always screwing things up, Rick. All right, love you guys.
Deuces.
Yeah, don't be playing with
Maybe
rats in
next time Sky will
Argentina.
know that the presents for him are actually for him.
Yeah, they were on my counter and I just left them there. I was like, because again, my wife's basically been sort of in town, but I haven't seen her since Sunday. She just walked through the door, actually.
Nice.